Hello, infinite beings. Today, the feeling of that conjunction with Pluto is getting really clear, and a lot of things are coming into words. So, it became really clear even before I left Luang Prabang, even for a few months, because the sun has been parallel with Pluto for months. Because the sun was at 20 degrees south at the beginning of Sagittarius, and now it's 20 degrees south. So that's 2 months of essentially being latitudinally conjunct with Pluto, but more so during the solstice. So it was really intense around that time. And what I figured is happening is that in our world, in the dark age that we live in now, Pluto is taboo. So whenever it's being felt, it's being rejected. And because I have a very Plutonian energy, but also particularly because I'm comfortable with it. The whole work, the Toltec work, the sorcery work, it's about making peace with death, and that's basically making peace with the power of the underworld. So whenever I get close to people, whenever they make eye contact, like this guy's just looking away, because their body is so used to rejecting this energy, and now they're sort of raw from it. They've been feeling it for 2 months, too much for their own liking. And it's southern, which means it's very much feminine, negative, inwards, and obliterating. And Pluto is 20 degrees south, basically on the Tropic of Capricorn. So it's really intense inward death discovery. And their bodies can feel the peace that I make, that I have made with it. And they just, it's helping them. It really is, in the sense that now, like if I, for 5-6 years, while the flat earth truth was making its way through the society, and that I was missing on it, all I needed was one person to point out, or to say, for me to know that there are people, that there is this possibility where some people believe the earth is flat. So whenever at this time, with all of this Plutonian energy and the peace that I have made with death, it helps people to know that there are people who are okay with their death. And yet the programming kicks in to try to protect them from that knowledge, in the same manner that it protects them from the knowledge that the ground is level over long distances and that it is not moving. So it's been, of course, it's difficult for everyone. Pluto is about, it's a difficult energy. So it's difficult for me in the sense that I'm very much outside of the zone of making friends right now, which really shows me the power of that guy that I met in Bangkok at the cannabis shop, where we talked for hours, and he was super interested, and we hooked up on Telegram. So my stay in Mexico is not over. And just so you know, when I say Mexico, I mean this place. This is Mexico. This town, or this city. I have about, 12 plus 6, 18 hours left. Well, not really. More like 6 hours of meeting people. So all hope is not lost that I might find someone interesting. Somebody actually quite unwillingly had a conversation with me. I could see that he didn't really want it, but I could tell that because of his attitude, he really couldn't just reject me. And he reminded me of my friend Steve, the way he spoke. A knowledgeable person. He even knew some stuff, like he knew that the pyramid used to be perfectly smooth and white, which I was impressed by. So I gave him my contact, but I didn't get his. But he knows about the second seal. So maybe by next year, if indeed the entire decrypting of the seals of Revelation is correct, and the fiery horse comes and takes peace from the earth, then he would have to contact me, which is why I tell people this stuff. So I've realized that for the past 2-3 days, and even the whole time I was traveling, I was trying to make contact with people. Check out this building. And I've made one, possibly more later. But this really shows me that if I do meet someone and make contact significantly, then it will mean almost automatically that we'll be very, very close for the rest of our lives. So it's not something that happens every day. Juan Matus, for example, said that he waited for decades. And apparently, according to Armando Torres, they made contact way before their meeting at the bus station. And he actually had put him into heightened awareness when he almost died from a gunshot. And so this is the claim by Torres, that Carlos was actually contacted by Juan Matus when he was quite young, and he was given the task, magic was used to make him come back. So that's what happened this morning. I used magic to possibly make this contact happen later. So a sorcerer, a warrior, has no time, but he has all the patience in the world. So be patient and don't rush anything, and the spirit will come. See y'all later, infinite beings.